Hi all, it's Stephanie from Lemuria Star. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at a new deck to my collection. This is the Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle. So this was graciously sent to me for a review, and I'm actually super excited about this because I love flowers, but I don't know a lot about I guess like the spiritual meaning behind them. Like I just love flowers because they're beautiful. So I always have fresh flowers in my home. Like it's something that I prioritize. So I get like fresh flowers weekly, essentially. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen my flowers on my altars, things like that. So I actually don't have a flower oracle deck. I do have a flower tarot deck, which is the Botanica Tarot, which are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But I don't really have any flower oracle decks to like learn a little bit more about the symbolism and the spiritual meaning. So I'm really, really excited to get to know this deck. So I just wanted to read a little bit from the back and then we'll dig right in. So it says here, tending the garden of your soul. Every single human being is searching for meaning, belonging, peace, love, and joy in their lives. The Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle will help you remember the simple truth that all of nature is sharing, that we are all cyclical beings intimately entwined with the earth, the moon, and all of life, that we are fully supported, and that we have everything we need within us to be happy and to be whole, despite the hardship and challenges life may bring us. The 44 Soulflower Plant Spirits want us to consider the possibility that our stories, our experiences, our circumstances, and our core beliefs, values, and morals all provide the rich soil for the beautiful unfolding of our own unique lives. It is food for our thoughts, fuel for our self-reflection, and fertilizer for our ultimate personal growth. The truth, like a seed waiting to germinate, can only be found within your own heart, and there is no one better qualified to nurture it than you. This deck will serve as your trusted companion in learning to live your life guided by the wisdom of your own heart and soul. So that's really lovely. This is by Lisa Estabrook. She is an artist, way shower, not sure what that is, herbalist and plant whisperer. And she is the founder of the online Soulflower Community Garden and lives in Maine. So let's take a look at this deck. So this has a really lovely magnetic closure. I always love that. Really pretty inside, nice and bright. I also like how like the deck opens up like really nicely. Like sometimes magnetic boxes, they're so tight. So I just like how it opens up. We've got a nice little book here and our cards. So let's move that to the side. We'll take a look at the guidebook after we look at the cards. So these are the backs. Looks like we might have some different backs actually. Yeah, so we'll say, let's take off this plastic. And yeah, it looks like we do have some different backs. Oh, it looks like there's 4 different, so I'm wondering if that's elemental. So that'll be interesting. All right, so we're just gonna do a flip through first and then I'll pull a card for the collective and we'll see what we get. So we have, okay, so already I do really like the artwork. I like how we have the name of the flower and a keyword. I think keywords are great because if it just said aster, I don't know what that means yet because I haven't worked with flower or plant energy yet. But the fact that it says illumination, I could easily use this with tarot and just work off of the keyword illumination. And then on top of that, it also has more information. So I think that's really awesome. So we've got borage, optimism, calendula, communication, chickweed, tolerance, echinacea, consciousness, evening primrose, rebirth, iris, inspiration, milk thistle, forgiveness, rose, joy, sunflower, confidence, zinnia, lightheartedness. I love zinnias. Black-eyed Susan, recognition. Chamomile, stability. Dandelion, release. That totally makes sense. Daylily, centering. Lady's Mantle, nurturance. Lavender, restoration. Pansy, resonance. Purple Poppy, evolution. Rosemary, clarity. Speedwell, insight. Stargazer Lily, surrender. Bee Balm, vibrance. Bleeding Heart, independence. Campanula, alignment. Columbine, abundance. Forget-me-not, awareness. Hellebore, empowerment. Hydrangea, transmutation. Red clover, tranquility. Self-heal, responsibility. Is that what that flower is called? That's interesting. Velvet leaf, self-love. Wood betony, grounding. Crocus, opening. Daffodil, perception. Hawthorn, courage. Lady slipper, connection. Mugwort, integration. Nasturtium, vitality. Nettle, transformation. Periwinkle, intertwining. Plumbago, understanding. White pine, wisdom. And yarrow, boundaries. So these are really beautiful. I really like the artwork. So let's take a look at the guidebook, and then I will shuffle and pull a card and see what we got. So let's see here. Okay, so we've got our contents. Tending to the garden of your soul, starting with the soil anytime. Oh, I like that. So it looks like it divides it up by kind of like the process of planting the seed and actually growing the flower, but also it connects it to both the season and a moon phase, which is awesome. I love working with seasonal energy and then also moon energy. So it's really nice that I could even do both. So it says here, starting with the soil, that's anytime. Planting seeds, that's early spring and new moons. Supporting growth, spring and waxing moon. Blooming, summer and full moon. Garden cleanup, autumn and waxing moon. Rest and renewal, winter and dark moon. Plant spirits, cultivating a daily practice, and sacred gardening. I love the idea of sacred gardening. And then we've got all of our flower and plant spirits that is in alphabetical order, and we have the numbers of the pages. And then we go into our preface. We've got a message from the creator, Lisa. My sacred why. Oh, this is really nice. I'm really excited to read through this. Tending the garden of your soul. We've got some quotes in here. So I love how just like the whole idea is just going to be, you know, kind of like how we can live better aligned with the seasons, and, you know, how can we take the energy, whether it's the season or the moon phase, and like how can we use that in where we are in our own life. I think that's great. So starting with the soil, we've got information on planting the seeds, supporting our growth, blooming, garden cleanup, and rest and renewal. And then, oh, I like this too. So it looks like winter is about rest, dream, conceive. Spring, germinate, align, create. Summer, expand, flourish, prosper. And autumn, bless, surrender, and release. So then we go into our plant spirits. A little info about that. Cultivating a daily practice, which is sacred gardening. So that's pretty much about like how to use the cards. affirmations here. And then I think we go into the actual plants and flowers. So we have like a kind of like a grayscale version of the image of the card. We've got her right up here. And we have an affirmation. So let's see if we pretty much, yeah, we have that for every card. We have her right up and an affirmation, which I love. So this is going to be another great one for me for journaling. And let's see if there's anything else back here. Yeah, so that really goes a little bit about the author. Okay, so let us just shuffle. And so these are a little bit large for me. I guess this is like oracle size. So that's going to be one little hard point because these tend to be hard for me to shuffle. So I'll shuffle it this way. Let's see if I can riffle this. This should be pretty easy. Or maybe not. These feel a little long for me. See if I can get my hands around this. Okay, so they do riffle just fine. Again, they're a little bit like long in size for me, so I'd probably shuffle them this way. Okay, so let me just close my eyes and focus. And if you are watching this video, whenever you view this, it doesn't matter if it's the day I posted it or not. Consider this a message for you. Consider this a message the universe is trying to bestow onto you. We'll see if it resonates. You can take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Our message today is Dandelion. Beautiful. So let's read a little bit about what's on the card here. It says, let it go. So the keyword's release. Let it go. Dandelion wants you to listen to the messages your body is sending you and to release the attachments that no longer serve your soul's journey. Whatever you are hanging on to, she will help you detoxify, one thought at a time, releasing negativity and self-judgment and restoring ease and flow to your life. So already right there, the card is great on its own. So I'm really curious how the guidebook expands on that. So like I said, I'm already loving the artwork. It's a really beautiful watercolor. I feel like even if it was just this alone, right? Like let's say you want, and who knows, maybe I do even trim these eventually. I can just work with Dandelion and release. It's really nice to have this too, but like if the guidebook has that information, perhaps I do just trim that off. But yeah, that's a lot of information to jump off of in a reading or like with my journal practice. So let's see what the book says. So Dandelion's on page 78. Okay, so I'm gonna read through this and we'll see what the book has to say. So you know what? Already I'm noticing this like bold text right here is exactly what's written on the card. So I might be really tempted to just trim that off, round the corner edges and just keep Dandelion and release. That way it's going to be a lot smaller for me to hold in my hands. And because the backs are just kind of like flowy watercolor, I think it wouldn't mess up the back. I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's exciting. All right, so let's take a look at what the guidebook has to say for this. Dandelion is the great detoxifier. She is a powerful ally for all of our bodies, physical, mental, and emotional. She helps you to recognize and release burdens you may not even know you are carrying, but for that annoying pain and tension you feel from time to time in your neck and your shoulders, perhaps. Often these burdens seem to be a natural part of the human condition, although they are definitely not something we are born with. These stories and beliefs are so deeply ingrained in all of us that we rarely question them, and we have to do some serious digging to uncover them. Dandelion's roots go down deep. A common belief is that we are in control of our lives and experiences, and that with hard work, we can assure success and happiness. If success is elusive, it is because we're not working hard enough. I relate to that. Dandelion wants you to know that you can't control everything. So true. Life is not meant to be a constant struggle. Ironically, think about how some gardeners battle dandelions. And yet we all seem to perpetuate the story that life is hard, a battle even, until we release our soul from our physical bodies in death. We need to realize that releasing is not the same as forgetting. Let it go, the dandelion says. So you can try, but it keeps coming back, right? We keep finding ourselves rehashing the same story, experience, or thought over and over again. But releasing it is not the same as forgetting, and we are never going to be able to forget all of the events, stories, and traumas of our past. They help shape who we are today. We can, however, release our attachment to them. We can remove the labels we wear to define who we are and instead allow them to be simply part of our amazing journey. Close your eyes and remember yourself as a child, playfully blowing on the fluffy dandelion seed heads and watching your wishes gently float away. Trust is the key. So set your intentions, visualize your dreams, and then release control of the outcome. It's no accident that dandelion is so abundant the world over, growing in all the nooks and crannies and hard places. She is reminding us all of the power of our thoughts to shape the world around us simply by releasing our stories, beliefs, and negative narratives about it. What can you let go of today? And then the affirmation here is, I am aware of the power of my thoughts. I let go of all limiting thoughts, beliefs, and fears. So that is beautiful, and that super resonated with me right now. Sometimes I feel like when I want something, I try really hard, and if it's not happening, I push harder, and that is not working. That's not how life works. So for me, this is a message all about like releasing, and exactly what it says, like kind of like setting your intention of like what you want in the world, set the vision, set the dream, but then let it go. Like you can do your part, but we can't control everything. What did it say here? Yeah, the trust is the key. Set your intentions, which I always do. Visualize your dreams, always do that, and then release control of the outcome. That is where I struggle. So this was a wonderful, wonderful message for me. I do think I'm going to trim off these bottom parts. I think that's what I want to do. If these are all, did I bump the camera? If these are all the same size, which I think they are. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a look at this, and I might trim off the bottoms, but I am really excited about this deck. Oh, I just realized I pulled the card on all the covers. So let me know, guys, what you think. This is a brand new deck, Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle. This is by Lisa Estabrook. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you interested in connecting with like plant or flower energy? Is that something you already do? And if so, like, is this a deck that you're interested in? This to me is like a deck I can definitely work with because of that keyword already. And I love the watercolors. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.